Coach, congratulations on another win.
Yes, thank you.
Give us your overall thoughts being back at the Stroh Center and taking first place in the tri-meet.
Yeah. Oh, well, first and foremost, great to be back home after being on what was a crazy rodeo for the last 2 weeks. We talked about this a lot with our team, that this was that stretch of meets where it was going to really have the ability to see what we could learn from ourselves. And obviously we couldn't have predicted the Cornell meet being canceled and moved, but we had 4 meets in 13 days and we traveled through or in 7 states in the last 11 days. So you know what, for us to be able to be at home right now, do what we did, it's just a huge testament to what we've been doing all fall during this entire season. And I'm super proud of the resiliency piece for these athletes, because in our sport, that's a lot. That's a lot to be able to do in a short amount of time. But this was great for them to be able to go out there and be under this piece where it's going to set us up for conference super well. And especially these last 4 meets in general for us is going to just give us that confidence to go into this next part of season.
Question. You guys have been placing so well, and recently in your last couple of meets, now you're reopening conference play. How important is it especially getting a first place victory headed into NIU back here at the Stroh Center?
Yeah, this is something that we can take and be able to use as momentum for us. We're going into those 2 conference meets, as you mentioned, and this is a huge opportunity to have them here in our arena to be able to utilize our energy and what we can to be able to go out there and compete against 2 good conference teams right now, and just have this piece where we know what we're capable of. We're still having some mistakes. We get that piece. We know that we're counting a fall here or there, but one thing that we're doing is we're still staying consistent and being able to build off of it. And just as we talked about on the bus ride back yesterday from SEMO, was that we learned a lot about ourselves. We learned a lot about ourselves being in Halk Arena on SEMO's campus, and what it took to be able to make that meet happen, to then be able to flip the script to do that again, and understanding that, it was it was a tough environment today of it all. There was a piece where we had to learn and understand that there was a lot of things out of our control. And what we learned from Friday, we brought into today, and we're just going to use that as fuel for the next 2 home meets right now.
One question I have is about Faye Dubin.
Yeah.
Every time she's on the court, anytime somebody else is going, she is constantly giving advice, hyping them up. I mean, it's almost every single event that's going on, no matter who's participating, she seems to talk to them right before, maybe giving advice or just trying to hype them up. Can you tell me how important that is for your team and her characteristics as a leader?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge for our sport. I think that's one thing where, while we are a team sport, we're an individual sport too. And it's her knowing what each athlete needs, what each person needs, and even based on what happened before or after that person, to get them ready to go. And that's something that this team right now, all 16 of us, are figuring out and learning about each other's, to know who can go to who can talk to who needs to be a little bit more hype, who needs to calm down. And that's something where she's truly figured that out. And it's awesome to be able to have her energy on the sidelines, to be able to be there for each and every person, because they know that she has their back, and then they know that they can have her back too. So it's awesome to be able to have, that on the sidelines for us.
So you guys are going to be home for the next couple of meets. How nice is it just to be back at Bowling Green for multiple weeks in a row without having to travel, get on a bus for multiple hours? So how important is it?
Especially since the crazy travels of the weather for us. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice to sleep in our own beds. It's going to be nice to be able to have the next 2 weeks, actually the next couple of weeks, of just like consistent training for us. It's going to give us the ability to get back in the gym and focus on the little details and have that reset moment right now to come into next Sunday and be able to be like, all right, these are 2 conference meets that are going up. You have NIU, who is exiting the conference after this meet, after this season. So we really want to make sure that we're putting that last stamp for everything on this meet for them to be in the Stroh. And then you're going into Central Michigan the following week. That's last year's MAC champions. And I think it's something that it's like, all right, let's go. Let's get after it. We're going to be able to have this piece that these people are coming to our arena. We've gone into other arenas, but we know that we host MAC championships. So this is going to be that next test to really be able to get in that mindset to prep for this back half of season right now.
I think we're really happy with the win, but I think we still have like a lot of room for improvement, especially with beam. Like, we're not exactly super happy with it, but I think we're moving in the right direction. So.
Yeah, for sure. I think that it was a good win, first win at home. Great way to get that under our belt, keep going. But I definitely think there's room for improvement. We've talked a lot in the gym about making those small steps on each event and just getting those tenths back. And I think we did on some events, and then some events we have some work to do. So just excited to go back in the gym and work on that this week.
I have a question for you, Megan. Actually, you just took first place in the ball here. Can you tell me your thoughts on taking first, and just what's going on through your head when you're about to go out there?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited about the taking first, but kind of going into vault, I really think about going through one thing at a time, because if you rush it, you're thinking too much about the ending, and then it might not go your way. So I really just take it one thing at a time and really just trust myself in the numbers I've done in the gym, because I put in all the hard work. So now it's just to show the judges that.
Back at the Stroh Center, you guys have been on the road for the past couple of weeks, felt like a month. So tell me how important it is that you guys get to perform back in Bowling Green, but you're also here for the next 3 weeks. So what does that mean?
Yeah, definitely. Traveling definitely takes a toll on your body, and especially like still being students as well, like making sure we're getting our work done and stuff. So it'll be really nice to have that reset, have multiple practices in the week going into meet, since we've had kind of those short practice weeks. So I think that will be good. And again, just to be in front of our home crowd is always great to have.
Just like being able to trust ourselves and going into it with just being ready for it.
Yeah, I think it's good to build our confidence, right? Like each meet, we've been building our confidence in different ways. So I think going into this weekend, again, going back in the gym and working on what we need to improve on, and then really just showing everyone what we're made of going into this weekend.